Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer. So, I had a look online, and apparently the deal with the Red Duke is you can play with the Red Duke if the Red Duke is alive when you confederate Mission, or if you have beaten the Wood Elf campaign, the Wood Elf special mini campaign that comes with the Wood Elf DLC, then you can hire him even if he's not ready. And the fact that you can play as him if he's already on the board is basically just sort of a concession to the fact that they felt it would be unfair to pull him off the board when you confederate. So I don't have the Wood Elf DLC. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play with the Red Duke, but he's not significantly different than a normal Vampire Lord. It's mostly just, he has a cool model. So I'm not too broken up about it. We're going to be fine. Let's get back to the business of win the game here. So, my plan right now is to sweep all of this stuff. All of this turns red. I guess not Gorsa. We'll deal with Britannia when we deal with Britannia. That's going to be a minute. I don't think we want to take out Ostland or Everland. I think that they're worth more to us as living trading partners right now. We have really good income, but we're also going to go through money very quickly for a while we're finishing upgrading our military centers. And constantly respawning lots of dying troops and stuff. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I think that I want to do about this. We could draft a Banshee in the backfield and have him just run around murdering people, I guess. Maybe that's not a terrible idea. Read our crypts, but leave us be. No, you are very inconvenient to me, and you were reticent to be friends earlier. I wanted to be nice to you. Do you remember? Do you remember I kept coming over and saying, "Hey, we should party sometime"? But no, you said. No, I would never party with a vampire. Well, let me tell you something. You're gonna party with one now. Oh, they didn't raise it. That's nice of them. So yeah, these Varg and scaling armies are going to continue to be a nuisance, but to be perfectly honest, I think we've sort of broken their spine. They're not going to be much more than a nuisance. Where is Ostermark's army? I'm not even sure. Okay. Kislev Empire Captain has successfully attacked Abaresh von Karstein's army. That's really annoying. We're gaining tons of followers just for sitting around not really doing anything of import. So, okay, Ostermark has an army down here. Unfortunately, we have made it kind of difficult for Ostermark's armies to move around because I've increased the corruption in all of these areas by so much. Alright, I guess we're going yellow line now, right? There's not really a lot else to do. We can pick up that Barded Skeletal Steed, but I'm not sure how much I love the... Well, it's not that much of a speed loss. Yeah, what the hell.
All shall know me and tremble.
Alright, Wolfenburg has a pretty small... Huh. That's interesting. When I turn on Lightning Strike, the bar actually gets more in their favor, despite the fact that that is definitely not correct. Let's give you your speed banner back. Hold on. Alright, Vlad. You're not even... Wait, are you Vlad? You are Vlad. Alright, Vlad, calm down. Alright, let's grab some bodies to assist in the war effort. Really? It was the 2 units of zombies and the skeletons that really pushed us over. Yeah, let's just auto-resolve it. Wolfenburg had walls, but it didn't really have much in the way of... I still don't actually know what that means. I'm assuming it means that the raised Deadpool refills or something. Let us... Yeah, wow, loot and occupy. That's a lot of money. And Kislev has been obliterated. I guess the Chaos Forces must have wiped out, yeah. Okay, good. That's one less problem for us. And Wolfenburg has a gold mine. Pays for itself in 2 turns. We're going to need to make walls and stuff, obviously. Do I want to also make... We probably don't really need the Balefire Brazier. You can see that corruption is trending toward 81% because we're leaking corruption in from so many surrounding regions. So why don't we just get to work on a ghost fence and probably a growth building, I think? So that we can get Castle von Rocken up to level 3, which will allow us to get proper walls there as well. All of our northern provinces, all of our northern settlements, every settlement in every province is going to need walls. Okay, so they raided us and then they spread out. The war herd went to here and disappeared. I don't think they walked away. I think they went into ambush mode right there. There's too many of them, man. I don't have time to chase everybody everywhere. I mean, now that Vlad's done beating Kislev, we can pull him up to here, and he can help us chase these dudes down. But basically, this is going to be really annoying. Let's get horses for everybody.
Let us talk.
A vampire on a horse is larger both spiritually and physically than a vampire who is not on a horse. Can I reach? I can't reach anybody with a single move, it looks like. It's all these damn rivers. Yeah. Well, shoot. What do I want to do then?
Darkness. Oh.
She can't quite... Oh, it looks like she can hit the... She can hit Grydal Bjorgulfsson. Wow. That name is really the thing that it is. Actually, I guess she's just faster. She can hit this guy, too. I think this guy's more important. If they want to run back off north of the mountains, I'm going to let them.
Your demise is certain.
Yeah, I think I can take him. I can take him without even having to bring Aberash over here, I'm pretty sure. He agrees. He thinks that's a sound assessment of the situation.
This better be important.
So does Aberash... Aberash goes to Volksgrad?
Follow me.
I think. Okay, Volksgrad definitely needs to... Yeah, we're building better walls. This is what it's going to be like everywhere up here. So we have to get this up to level 5 before we can get that fancy special building, right? So I guess that's a priority. Occupied Kislev. I'm really annoyed that Ostermark took Zavastra from us, but I actually think it'll be okay. Alright, who else could potentially do things? Oh yeah, we have a Banshee, don't we? Where's my Banshee at? Is he done? Yes, he's done being tired from assassinations. He is ready to re-assassinate. Oh, go get him. We're starting to get so good at it that it's more than a 50% chance. Critical success. Okay, so I guess, does success means wound and critical success means killed? Maybe? Hey look, he got a black cat. He killed that guy and stole his cat. My cat now. I would be so much nicer to him than that guy ever was. I think that we're actually probably going to give plus income to this guy, because I think what he's going to end up doing is running around in our territory assassinating enemy agents a lot. Oh, he gained 2 levels from that. That's cool. I dig that. So yeah, it seems like if you want to keep your area clear, you are probably going to have 1 or 2 guys who's just full-time assassination duty, but I don't know that it's necessary to do that. You end up with a lot of enemy agents running around in your territory, but I don't think that a lot of them are particularly meaningful. Ooh, Bordelot is of special importance to me. Interesting. Well, when we break treaty over here, we're going to Bordelot first. We'll wipe them out easily, and then we'll turn on Britannia. What else around here has the strategic marker? I'm assuming Cologne. Cologne is the capital of Britannia, right? Okay, but it's only important to the Empire of Britannia, not to me. This one is important to me, because this is that very important port. Okay. I mean, that's probably what's going on with Bordelot, too. It's probably just an important port. Maybe the wine's really good for us, though. Vampires drink wine? I don't have any idea how the vampire gastrointestinal system works. Okay, he maybe should actually move to Kislev. He should definitely come north. We're gonna have a lot of expensive buildings for him to reduce the cost of. Actually, that's a really good idea.
Unstoppable.
All right, Vlad's army is looking a little ragged. This is gonna sound more evil than I mean it to. Please listen until I'm done speaking. I kind of dig this style of, like, generating these huge amounts of garbage chaff units. Oh man, we'll talk about this in a second. I kind of dig this style of generating a huge amount of garbage chaff units, and then just sort of sacrificing them all in every battle, and then generating a new huge herd. And I'm glad that we're playing vampires, because if it's zombies, you don't have to feel bad about it, right? We can sacrifice 10,000 zombies and skeletons in every battle, and it's not a big deal morally. If I was playing as the Empire and this was my plan, I was sacrificing thousands of peasants, I would feel compelled to find a different playstyle. So these guys are beast pathing. They tried to sneak past us via the beast paths, and we found them. They're at -1 leadership from low bestial rage. Should the army be intercepted, retreat will be impossible, and it will lose. If it loses the battle, it will be wiped out. So the question is, do I think I can kill these guys? They have more units than I do, and they have a huge number of minotaurs. And minotaurs are like troll-level units, monstrous infantry with big weapon damage. And I don't really want to let these guys go if I can beat them, but I'm a little nervous about whether or not I can beat them. I wish we had a full complement of units. I'm going to let them go. I'm going to decline. We'll try to come at that stack with 2 of our own stacks. Feel a little better about that. Are you kidding me right now, Sirtha Ek? Alright. Alright, you and I are going to have some words in a second. You and Vlad are going to have some words in a second. Really? They lost 2 units? Man. That would have gone a lot better if I had manually resolved it, but boy oh boy do I not want to manually resolve every terrible, what do you call it? Every terrible battle against a couple of zombies and skeletons. So we can get a Ruby Ring of Ruin, which appears to be the same as a bound fireball ring, except it has a different name. Or is this what all of our fireball rings are named? I think this is fancier, right? If we assassinate Welch Knudsen. I just don't... He's a metal sorcerer? Dude, I want to be a metal sorcerer. That's some brutal legend shit right there, man. Alright, what was I doing? So what do we have going on in that city that just got sacked? Castle von Rocken. Oh, that's right. I was trying to get growth going so that I could build proper walls around it so that kind of thing wouldn't happen. Alright, Vlad's shouting about being unstoppable. Does it seem to you guys like he yells a lot? I feel like he yells a lot. Well, we gotta fill out... Okay, we'll grab a quick unit of zombies here. If I take him to Castle von Rocken, this is the same province, but it's a different region. So does it have a different raised dead pool? It does not. The raised dead pools are by province.
The von Garstein.
What are you doing? Go. Hey.
I am going.
Ah. Sirtha Ek. I had moved right up to the edge of Sirtha Ek's ambush, and it stopped me like it was trying to warn me, like, no, you don't want to do that, you don't want to do that. Alright, well, let's give plus leadership to... I don't know. These guys? Because I think they're going to have to get involved with some trolls. We have an opportunity to intercept. They're trying to ambush. We could decline attack, but I'm not going to do that. This is an opportunity. We can trash Sirtha Ek right here and send him home crying. I am fairly confident that we will win this. All he's got going for him is a couple units of trolls. He's got marauders with great weapons, but they're marauders. They got no... I'd be surprised if these dudes are wearing pants and shoes to the battle. probably a significant number of them die to infection on the way to each place that they're raiding. So I'm not terribly concerned. Vlad's almost at full health. I bet he could kill most of this army with his own 2 hands. And then we got, some zombies. The Vargulf will tear some people up. The only real danger is that we get kited for 2 days by the Marauder Horsemen. But my experience with these guys so far has been that their leadership is not spectacular, and that they rout very easily. Plus, I think Diedrich has so much armor on now, with the barding and everything, he probably is going to be pretty hard for them to kill with throwing axes. So what, we'll match a unit of skeleton spears against each of their units of chaos trolls to hold them in place. We'll charge them from the back with our knights, or we'll send the Vargulf after them or something. Diedrich can just charge over and over again. She's got the spell casting. She can bring down Sirtha Ek by herself, probably. And Vlad is the one who doesn't have any magic, right? I think Vlad's the one whose magic I have not yet developed. So unfortunately, all he can really do is heal. That's fine. Wind of Death may be awesome, but I'm still no good at using it, so... Alright, we're definitely gambling. I can beat 10, I'm pretty sure. Hell yeah, look at that. That was a great result. Oh, I always forget. We have total Vanguard deployment. Well, what? We just want to just start, up on their faces, right? Bah. Wait. Oh, no, outside the white area. Sorry, not outside the red area. Yeah, it always seems to me that with zombies and skeletons, you gotta start right up on the enemy if you want to get to them anytime that century. Seriously, you guys can spread out a little bit more.
No one can stop.
And our special characters here. Knights on one side, Vargulf on the other. So do I get to see where they are? I'm never quite sure what the deal is with that. Sometimes I can see them in their deployment zone and sometimes I can't. Well, screw it. Oh, they're right here. Well, this is close enough that I think we can just immediately issue our attack orders here. So they have a chariot. Do I care about that? How scared am I of a chariot? Marauders. I guess just attack these guys. Great weapon marauders. Hey, zombies, go distract those dudes until we're ready to rock. I think I'm going to try to throw a purple sun. I'm so bad at using this. And I don't have a good handle on what causes it to move. It moves in an apparently random direction, what seems to me to be a random direction. Let's ride these guys out this way. You can go with them. Let's see what happens. Well, it got some of them. Seems to have messed up the great weapon guys pretty badly. Okay. They have declared their intention not to merge with the formation, which I think is good for us. Actually, let's start the battle with a Spirit Leech on Sirtha Ek, and then we'll did it just get a lot darker? Huh. We'll start the battle with a Spirit Leech on Sirtha Ek, and we'll throw Vlad in here against the Marauders, and after Vlad clears a unit of Marauders off the table, he can finish what's left of Sirtha Ek off. I imagine it won't be too much. Diedrich doesn't need to chase Marauders at this moment. He's got other stuff to do. Oh. Okay, for some reason those trolls think they're going to catch our knights. Is there a dude on a horse? He is on a horse. Actually, Diedrich's just going to straight kill him with the help of the Spirit Leech. Vlad's under attack. I think he'll be alright. Alright, disengage, disengage. Starting to get outnumbered a little bit. Oh no! Diedrich, no!
Lord of the dead.
He got, the Vargulf threw some dudes back into him. Okay, she's got that under control. How are the knights doing? Seem to be having some problems. You know what? Come back. We'll get you situated. Don't worry about it. Vlad could be helping his bros out a little bit. Let's get these guys patched up. Probably not for the zombies, right? Let's do it on a unit of the skeletons. So he's the master of the black arts. And let's use some of our other magic. I can't believe Diedrich got caught, like, some units that were flung back by the Vargulf's hit slowed him down. He, like, stumbled over them. That's really frustrating. That's a dumb way to lose a White King. I really expected him to do a lot better in that battle, though. Whoa! What happened there? Something actually knocked back the Vargulf. Okay, zombies are dumb and they forgot what they were doing already. You, lone zombie. Get him. Alright, where's Vlad? Vlad, what are you doing right now? You're fighting these trolls, I guess? That's a good use. That's a good call for you. Screw that chariot. This will, at the very least, make these guys have to leave and stop throwing axes. You can see their morale seems to be really shaky even when we're not hitting them. Yeah, like, they give up too easily. Alright, well, I think Diedrich might be in real bad shape there. Vlad apparently didn't take any damage at all. Vlad is some kind of, like, a lot of the lords are good, and especially the legendary lords are good in combat, but Vlad seems to basically never take damage from things. And he always beats everybody we put him into combat with. He will fight an entire unit of monsters. I'm starting to wonder if he could maybe just take all those minotaurs in that other army. Just put Vlad up against 18 or so minotaurs. So I think we really need to feature Vlad more heavily. I'm kind of keeping him, I'm keeping him engaged but sort of safe in a lot of our formations because that's what I've been doing with my other lords, but I'm thinking it's not necessary with him. So with these guys in ambush formation, and the interception happening, I'm not sure, do they get to run away after failing an ambush, or what is the deal there? Also, I think it's just always going to say Pyrrhic victory for us. Because we're always going to... I don't know that it's necessary to lose all your skeletons and zombies, but the way I play the battles definitely is always going to cost us all of our skeletons and zombies. Also, I think I did underestimate how much damage the Great Weapon Chosen, or the Great Weapon Marauders, were going to do to us, because Diedrich really, he lost a lot of health very quickly there. It looks like his bar doesn't go up at all if I press the dominate button, which makes me think that he might actually be dead. Which is a crying shame. I think I'm going to press it anyway, because we desperately need, like, everybody we can get.
Unstoppable.
Nice, fine, he's good. Diedrich the Manslayer cannot be stopped. They retreated past us. We came from this way, and they retreated past us.
The world will be mine.
Okay. Really, even with Rambert's reinforcements, it still thinks... Okay. Apparently we have to manual this one, too. I mean, like, things are going to go worse for them than they did last time. I know we have fewer bodies, but we have all the bodies that matter. We didn't really do a lot of damage to their Chaos Trolls. I guess Chaos Trolls must have pretty bad leadership. I've never really played Chaos, so I don't know how their units work. I could look at the unit cards of our enemies before fighting with them, but that would be akin to research. Can you imagine such a thing? It's a ridiculous concept. So, if we can wipe out this army, now led by Aslog Hastling. So I guess this is part of it, too, is that they have a new leader, right? Whoever was the best of the Marauders, I guess, is their boss now. Because we killed Surthaak, or at least wounded him. So they have a fresh lord. But we're going to have a fresh pool of Winds of Magic, and we're going to kill their lord with the Siphon pretty much immediately. We still have 2 units of spear skeletons, technically. So we can still tie these guys up. And it's still really only the horses that are going to do any damage to anybody. Although, you know, we are not in the greatest position on that. Diedrich is going to have to stay well back. He's in a real bad place. Maybe I should have pulled him out of the army before engaging. Actually, that might have been a really good idea. Because I don't want to lose him. He has a lot of levels at this point. Ooh, yeah, let's not gamble with that. So we're getting reinforcements from way, way back, and they're really slow-moving reinforcements. But that said, I think I still do want to start way up, because I want to get the advantage of my magic right away. I'm going to grab Diedrich and pull him way back. Diedrich, you live here now. You stay there for the entirety of the battle. Okay, I want the Vargulf on the same side as the chariot. They can help ward off the chariot charge, because there's no way a chariot's going to bowl over a Vargulf. Okay. Magic. Magic is going to hold the day. I'm going to cast it like way in front. I'm going to try casting it further in front than I have been. Alright, like last time, we're going to fan out a little bit. They don't have anything that's akin to a spear. So I guess I'm just going to have the Vargulf wait a couple of seconds. I'm probably going to have both of the units of spearmen go in after the healthier unit of Chaos Trolls. Let's make sure that's a double-click order. You guys just kind of shamble at them, their direction, generally. And Vlad, run in there like a maniac and butcher whatever gets close. That's my plan here. Vargulf gets no orders yet because it will move too fast and end up in front of everything. Okay, they didn't move forward. I didn't make sure that they were moving forward. Reinforcements are coming in. You know, it's still kind of... I mean, it's not doing nothing. Flat, okay. Flat, I really appreciate your enthusiasm, but maybe I'm overdoing it here a little bit. Okay, let's try again, but this time with less being bad. What would be the best spell to hit trolls with? This is good against single combatants. This is just a debuff. This kills enemy leadership. This is really the thing that you want to use. I cast it before they started running. Yeah. Let's try it on a small number of fairly advanced units. It looks like these guys are fanning out to the side. Do I want to send... I don't think so. I was going to say, do I want to send the Vargulf out to chase the horseman? But I think what I'm going to do with him is just try to get in behind all these units. He's fast as hell and he's incredibly large and terrifying. Actually, that looks like a good target. You guys can run.
Vampire! Death to the living!
Spook him! Spook him! You don't actually have to fight him, just spook him. Who knocked Vlad? Man, those trolls got an arm on them.
At once.
Kneel before your master.
Okay, the Vargulf needs to get over here.
I am busy.
Invocation of Neck.
Surpass Nagash.
Even a vampire that is devoted to spellcasting is still a pretty good fighter. Focus on this guy. Oh hey, the bats! Get them, bats! All you need to do is get them running. That's all I need.
Lord of the dead, I will rule all.
They're so afraid of everything. No. We're not done yet. Let's take a moment and enjoy Vlad doing his job. Vargolf in the background. Actually, let me issue it an order. Okay. Let's just enjoy what Vlad enjoys. This is what Vlad's life is made up of right here. He doesn't even care about this guy. That guy just had the weirdest moment of his life. Oh, he might be too tired. I don't think he's catching him. We can see this. Those poor dudes. Yeah, he might catch him. It's gonna take a while. Whatever. I guess we don't need to see this.
Master of the
Oh,
undead.
wait. He's closing fast. He's got a second wind. Just one, Vlad. Just give us one. He's got the sword up. He's ready. Oh. There's a lot of blood in that dude. Oh, see, that time was a decisive victory, so we didn't bring any skeletons or zombies. So Vargolf gets 10 kills, Vlad gets 8 kills. Good enough. We suffered 17 losses, but they suffered 21. That's about as decisive as it gets right there. I don't think Rambert von Karstein's ground forces ever even got to the battle. Those bats were helpful, though. So yeah, these dudes just, they seem to run away at the drop of a hat. Even the trolls. So I think we probably are not in very much danger from the Norskin tribes, which I didn't reckon we were. But these guys, in combination with actual Chaos armies, could definitely be dangerous, because the Chaos armies spread your forces thin, and then the Norskins show up when you're in terrible condition, and you have to go to battle with, 7 total units or something, and then apparently you still beat them. I don't know. These guys are terrible. I think that I'm not worried about the security of our northern border anymore, is what I'm saying. Not until the second proper Chaos wave shows up. So, what are we going to do with our armies over the long term? At some point, there is going to be a proper second Chaos wave. When that happens, we're going to have a pretty solid force dedicated to stopping it. I'm talking about the Archaon Sorthariel, the Watcher, the big bird dude. His name is something like that. And then the Dragon Ogre, Shoggoth, are both... all three of them are pretty serious, and they'll be showing up at the same time. How are you still alive? You just lost 2 battles in the same turn.
Of light.
I'm pretty sure that's how the game works. You lose 2 battles in the same turn, you're dead. That's very annoying. Alright, are we out of move on everybody now? Oh no, this is a fresh turn. I hate rivers, man. So we could march and end up in front of them. Yeah, let's do that. We'll march hard, get in front of them, and now they'll have to turn around and come back toward Aberash, or fight Isabella.
This night.
And you are exhausted. I guess you could go block them? Block the Warherd of Chaos? Can't get to this guy to block him. Yeah, alright. This is worth XP. Also, check out his sweet movement animation. He's like a flying ethereal snake. Alright, let's pop over to Britannia real quick. See if anything important needs to be built. Looks like the answer is no. We're still waiting on population. Yeah, it's okay. Just mostly I just want you to hold down the fort. You're generating an awful lot of money for us. I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, Bruno, you got orders already. If I wanted you to kill this dude as you're running past, 24%, there's more chance for him to be wounded than there is for him to kill the enemy. Yeah, go for it. Get some XP. And it's pretty unlikely. Oh, critical failure. It's pretty unlikely that he'll critically fail, is the sentence that I was working on there. Alright, I guess Bekoffen should have its walls finished, because it is close enough to the conflict that theoretically there could be blowback. Alright, let's see what the Scalings choose to do with this new positioning of ours. There's not enough space for them to get past over here. They could try to run west along the river, but I don't think they'd be able to get away from us. And I think this Jufbar face is less Haiti than it used to be. Yeah, look at that. Alright, well they're on marsh mode, and they actually are like really getting very far. That said, they're running in the direction that Vlad's army's in, so... By the way, I learned that the AI gets significant attrition reduction as sort of a clumsy method of dealing with the fact that the AI armies are not smart enough to route around high attrition areas. That's a little bit of a bummer. Makes all of my attrition producing corruption feel kind of terrible. Well, Vlad's busted up army is probably not going to beat that. That's a lot of dudes. Vlad needs proper recruitment. What's the nearest place that I have real buildings? It's actually really far away. There is a pretty good casualty marker over in Brass Keep. And a weaker one in Hergig. Let's go to Brass Keep. We'll pull up the dead over here. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't really like dogs very much. Dogs and bats are pretty weak in my opinion. This is maybe sufficient. I guess we'll pull the Regiment of Renowned dogs, at least. Those are okay. Should I just fill up and get skeletons? Yeah. Alright. I actually really like this system of geolocated pools of troops. Things where you actually are encouraged to go to particular places on the map. I think that's really cool. So they have a lord who has actually got a significant number of skills. His assassination might matter. Why don't we see if we can get that? Critical failure. Phooey. I didn't look at the odds for critical failure. I'm sure they were extremely low. Man. What do we get, like a 4% and then a 1% there? That's very bad luck. Alright, let's take it to Prague. Unfortunately, Rulek Morspig is going to come into Volksgrad and knock it over, and there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, they're all so adept at staying slightly out of range. Okay, what's my plan here in the long term? In the medium term, even. Fort Jakova's down there. It's being raided by Morkor the Shadow Gave. What is a Gave? What is a Shadow Gave? Shoot, I need to deal with that, I guess. That army could become large, and Fort Chakova is not very well defended. It's high enough level that I could start building gates if I had any money. Shoot. There's just too damn many of them, man. Too many enemy armies right now. I'm really glad we wiped out Kislev. Can you imagine? What's going on with the battle site is like glowing red. Wonder why. Oh, what is this? Aspiring champions. Ugh. Okay, they raised Volksgrad. Fine. Hey, I can't help but notice that I'm the only one up here doing anything. Hey, dwarves and whatever. This is something that affects you too. Oh, did he just get his ass kicked? He rode into there, flickered for a second, and then rode away. I think those scalings may have just lost a battle at Zavastra. Okay. Yep, lots of raidings going on. Somebody tried to assault us. It failed because they are terrible.
Vlad von Karstein. It shall be done. The world
Vlad can make these guys run away at least. Yeah, they lost a battle. Look at them.
cloaked in darkness.
Really? She can't... Man. I need more campaign movement. Like, just a little bit more. Well, maybe we have to go this way, though. This army is a big-ish deal. Who leads? I think probably she leads.
Countess of Sylvania.
Well, she has more fast units than he does, though. Most of these vampires have horses and stuff. Alright, let's have her run up.
I am gone.
It is night. Destruction.
Alright. And then his army will run away.
To the shadows.
Wow, really, really far away. Man, I don't feel like my armies ever run that far.
No.
I feel like raising a city should be something you can't do instantly. Like, maybe if you want to raise something, you have to stand there for the rest of your turn and all of the other players' turns, and if you're still in position at the beginning of your turn, then it is raised. That doesn't actually end up being too different from the current system for you, because it's already the case that raising ends your takes all your movement away. But it means that you can't just run an army in and burn a stone city to the ground instantly. People have a chance to respond to that kind of stuff. Okay. We are one turn off of the surplus point that will let us cap off the Dark Castle. How is Kislev's population doing? That's right, it's real low. We need growth buildings here. Oh! There's an iron pit at Fort Chakova. I didn't even realize. Alright, so our main three armies are out of movement. Pierre really can't go anywhere, and everybody else has been wounded by their own incompetence. Not my favorite sequence of actions ever. Yeah, and then he full speed marches away. How does I don't know in the lore how chaos really works.
On thy knees. Then and
Oh, what now, Luen? Oh. Yes, fine.
men of the
Nope. You are not that lucky, kid. Yeah, I don't know how, in the fiction, how it works. But I feel like the Chaos Gods, or the Chaos Warriors, in my perception of them, is that they're like very... We're at Ostland? Oh, okay, whatever, that's fine. Vlad's army. He's nearby. He can handle it.
The von Garstein.
I feel like they're very sort of orky in their desire for constant violence. Shouldn't there be a morale effect or something to all this fleeing? I feel like the Chaos Warriors should maybe be mechanically disincentivized from being total cowards. Let's pick up Missile Resistance. This is one of our wizard vampires, so doesn't quite have the health that some of the others have.
Unstoppable.
Well, these guys have exposed themselves. I wanted to bring 2 stacks down on them, but it looks like that may be a thing that's tricky to do anytime soon. Oof. I don't really want to make... Is there a way to see... That doesn't look like there is. I wish there was a panel for each army that listed its total upkeep or something. Actually, if I do... this? No. That doesn't do anything. Right-clicking on them doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it actually costs me to run an army right now. So we're paying $15,980 for army upkeep over roughly 4 full-sized armies, which puts each army at roughly 4K. So I could field another entire army. It would mean that I don't have really a lot of money to do other things with. But I could put together another army. I'm just thinking we don't have enough stacks to get stuff done. We need to be in more places at once. Well, Vlad, what do you think? Can you take 15 Minotaurs by yourself?
All shall know me.
I sure wish our Banshee hadn't somehow injured himself while fighting, while trying to kill Soshku. I'd feel a lot better if this army didn't have any skill points behind it.
No mercy.
The game thinks we will get totally wrecked. But it is not a good predictor of what will actually happen. We've seen that plenty of times. The thing is, I'm also nervous. These guys have pretty bad leadership values. 57, 52, 42. Even these dudes are only 57. They're not mostly immune to fear or anything. Are you... Okay, you cause fear, so you are immune to fear. But a lot of these guys actually aren't, which I'm kind of surprised by. So we could probably break down the morale of this army pretty quickly. They have some bowmen that we'd have to think about. I'm going to go for this. Let's see. Maybe we can pull it off after all. Because the fact is, we have to reduce the number of enemies. I don't have time to keep dancing back and forth waiting for perfect engagements. As much as that is what my my overly cautious strategy brain begs me to do, I just don't think it's feasible. And I'm definitely emboldened a little bit by the previous couple of episodes, which we have spent winning several battles that the battle predictor told us we had no chance in hell of winning. So hopefully... It's a lot of dudes with axes. There's a couple of shields among them. Shields don't really do anything against melee units. Shields are for decreasing damage from ranged fire. We have a lot of skeletons and stuff to tie them up. They have... 5, 6, 7, 8 units, or I guess these guys are too, 9, 10 units of actual just ground militia. We have more than that. Then they have their Minotaurs, which are scary, but we actually do have a unit of spearmen for each Minotaur. So maybe that'll work. Spearmen have anti-large, so... And then we have some Crypt Ghouls that we can use to flank. We have the Knights, of course. We have the Vargulf, of course, the very powerful, excellent Vargulf. We have Vlad himself, who seems to be unstoppable. I am not going to open with the Purple Sun of Xerius this time. We are going to we're going to use that maybe a little bit more intelligently. So do I want to set right up on them? They have ranged units, but they don't have artillery. Look at these Minotaurs. Let's have a look at these guys. You're not so scary. I dig that stomach spike thing. That's a good idea. Sushku. So you got a lot of dudes with axes. Who made all these axes? I mean, not to characterize these guys unfairly or anything, but they don't really seem like the tool-using type. And I can't see any of their archers. Now, their archers can Vanguard deploy, I think. So, they could be basically anywhere. Alright, so let's get the slow line set up across the front here. The Varghulf needs to be a little bit careful. This battle, it could legitimately get surrounded, and I have to be careful of that. I'm going to put the Knights on this side, along with Diedrich. Because I'm thinking that his archers might be deployed in the woods somewhere. I'm guessing if they are deployed in the woods, they're deployed in the woods over here, because there's not actually there's not many other woods that are in relevant positions. Alright, you get to start, like, deep in a unit so that you're a little bit less vulnerable to ranged attacks. I'm still pretty nervous about their archers. These dogs will help fend off their dogs. I have to imagine mine are better, due to them being regiments of renown. Alright. Let's do it, I guess. I'm not at all sure about this. Oh, they're winded. I guess they're in march mode. That's cool. I'm just going to go ahead and give the skeletons their immediate orders, and then we are going to let the skeleton spearmen sort of determine the pace of the battle. The rest of you guys are just going to kind of march up, except you. Alright, let's see. I do wish that the music wouldn't stop entirely when you're paused. Okay, these guys maybe need to fast mode it up. Alright. Even if this doesn't hit anybody, it'll be a place where they can't really run forward through. Wow. It does really good damage if you cast it right on top of people. It's going toward us. Alright, I'm not too worried about their warhounds. Their warhounds will get engaged on our spears. They won't get a good charge off, and then they'll get hit in the side by our warhounds, and things will be great. We need to get more magic into this army, I think.
I serve my sire.
Alright, first the Minotaurs are in.
Lord of the dead.
Let's commit.
Done very well.
Okay, so they're actually holding a lot of their guys back to prevent the archers from being easy pickings. That's really interesting. I think that's the first time I've seen anybody care very much about their archers. At least any AI force. And it's going to be really hard to charge them from this open flank. We could pull... Yeah, their dogs are all messed up. So why don't we pull our dogs out? Okay. Look, it was a feint. I'm fainting. I'm doing stuff here. Oh, what now, nerds? Well, fast as hell, that's what. Okay. Not like a huge surprise, the spearmen are losing. Now, I think the biggest danger about units like Minotaurs is that they knock my units off their feet. I'm going to try something a little gutsy here. So Vlad is totally susceptible to that. It's a dangerous place for him to be. But... you know what? I think we're just going to engage on these dudes as they move up. I'm going to have him still focus on you. Let's have the dogs kind of be around the back here. I'm not sure. They're being so patient with so many of their units. I don't care for this. Alright. I wouldn't mind using my dogs as a distraction for their lord. My dogs don't need to survive very long. They just need to not let that lord eat all our dudes. Yeah, Vlad's getting his face punched. Okay, well, it's time to do this. And then I think we're sending her into melee. Oh, his lord is coming for Diedrich. That's what's happening here. We're actually getting totally wrecked by this gore herd. How is it that this guy's in even combat and this guy's in losing combat when they're fighting each other? I think Diedrich needs to probably withdraw. He's going to get totally owned here. The knights got a little bit penned in because I'm bad and I was too busy microing my dogs around. Alright, this seems like a good time maybe for one of these. So let's get some power. This is pretty cheap, right? 6. He's actually totally killing them, though, because he's amazing. Okay. I can't overcast right now. I could cast on the knights. Do I have range to them? Where are they at? Yeah. Okay. Let's boost these knights up. Diedrich took a lot of damage. They're being really smart about the positions of their archers. That's frustrating. I don't like that. I don't like it when my enemy's good at their job. The Vargulf is completely winning. He is wrecking this unit of Minotaurs, and he is at full health. He's a little bummed out about his flanks. No, actually, wait. You keep doing what you're doing. This vampire can charge the guys who are trying to gang up on Vlad. You guys have done a fine job and need to withdraw as best you can. Wait, where are you? Okay, the flag's right here, but I guess it's difficult to represent the position of, like, they're scattered all over the place. I suppose it's a fair problem to have. They're shaken, damage is sustained. I really want Diedrich to run around picking off archers, but they're doing a really good job of making that a thing that's hard to do. And the dogs are probably best set to flee. Yeah, they're getting wrecked. To nobody's surprise, I suppose. Okay, there we go. A unit of archers has moved out of formation and exposed itself. Okay, dogs down. It's fine. They'll live. That's a fleeing Minotaur. That's good for us. The archers are scared of Diedrich. He might get attacked by dogs. I think he should be able to take him. He's a tough dude, that Diedrich. We're gonna give him his buffs. At this point, I think his buffs are a good idea. There are no units of skeleton spearmen left. Everybody who was involved with the Minotaurs is now dead. So we'll buff up the Lance Knights. And we'll pull them out to like here, and we'll start charge cycling these guys. The Vargulf can lay into them. So this is just some garbage units. Okay, Vlad, you let Melissa deal with that. Or sorry, this isn't Melissa Rotep. This is Emmanuel von Karstein. Emmanuel can handle that.
It is done. You dare? On death.
I'm gonna use these units to just hit these hit these Minotaurs in the flanks a bunch. Yeah, the Vargulf is unstoppable, man. Okay, he has now routed both the dogs and the archers. The services are going to be needed over here. I think we're going to lose all of our ghouls. But that's fine. How much does the sun cost? A lot. Okay. Where's their lord? We definitely have enough for a Spirit Leech. And he's pretty low as it is. I think this might kill him. Minotaur's coming over to mess with her, but she's on a horse, which makes it harder for him to beat her with a single charge. Yep, that's the second unit of ghouls that we just lost.
Bow before me.
But you can see all of their units are wavering. Victory is extremely within our grasp. Yep, right there. It's right there. You can just reach out and touch it. So, that was pretty good for us. We lost not even that many of our skeleton units. It looks like we may have killed 2 of his units of Minotaurs. We crippled another couple. This one's pretty fine, I guess. And these ones are both fairly healthy. We didn't lose Diedrich, which is always an accomplishment. Neither Vlad nor the Vargulf took any meaningful damage. Now, to be fair, Vlad has a significant amount of regeneration. But Vlad and the Vargulf both doing excellent work, taking basically no damage. We managed to heal off most of the damage to the knights. So I'm confident that a battle against this force now would go better than this one did. Although it is true that the Crypt Ghouls probably helped quite a bit. They seem to be much better fighters than the rest of our basic undead. Alright, well, we went in with more troops than they had, and we lost more troops than they did, and ended up with fewer troops than they have left. But for the most part, their troops are bad, and our troops are quite good. I'm confident that we would win the next battle. And if they don't retreat far enough to get outside of Vlad's range, we will have another one. I don't care. Listen, I don't have any thing to do. I don't have any place to be. Social calendar? What are you talking about? I'll fight beastmen all day. Please don't make me fight beastmen all day. So the real question for me now is, how long am I going to have to keep doing this kind of stuff until we can crush Chaos once and for all? Because at the end of the Wardzag game, we got to a point where Chaos just stopped showing up. They were gone and dead. Where's that point? Once again, I'm just in a position where I need any... Oh hey, we created a new battle site marker. And Sushku is killed.
I am unstoppable.
Alright, I'm going to do it. But first of all, let's mouse over this battle site marker. 603. That's not terrible. I'm assuming that I don't have access to any raised dead. Oh, no, I do, right away. Okay, I know that better units will appear in the pool next turn if I wait until the beginning of the next turn, but we need units for fighting right now.
Blood!
Being a vampire is great. This is plus leadership, I guess. You guys. It's going to make me fight it again manually. Whatever, this video is going to be an hour and a half long. Who cares? It's so exciting. So, Sushku, I don't even remember his name anymore, has been replaced with Afwub. How do these guys even pronounce their own names? You would think that, like, look at their mouths. You would think that Sushku. That sounds like kind of a hard... I mean, SH would be hard to do, I think. Anyway, what do we have as far as a plan? I don't know. It's basically the same as last time, right? Maybe even a little bit less sophisticated because we no longer have the Crypt Ghouls to try to do a little roundup motion with. I think we're just going to kind of charge all of our foot undead in, then use the knights and dogs and Vargulf to harass the Minotaurs, pretty much. At this point, I have a better handle on how dangerous his units are, and I don't care about anything but these Minotaurs. Also, a lot of his units are so injured. I'm not sure exactly how the morale system works, but I bet that there is a leadership penalty for not being at full health, like for your unit not being at full strength. Units that come into battle pretty busted up probably rout easier, right? Well, at the very least, we'll kill them faster. Okay, they ran into a forest. We are fighting them in a significantly more foresty area. Well, let's definitely gamble, because I'd like to start with more than 7 magic in the pool if I can. Oof. Okay, well, it is what it is. At this point, I'm going to start right up on them, not even because it's particularly right, but because I want the battle to be over faster. What if we were... Oh, I'm inside the red area. I have to be outside the white area. Okay. Let's just go. Let's just go at them. They chose to be over here. They were trying to be sneaky. Alright, Afwub. And all of these units... Wait, I can't order these guys to go faster? Really? There we go. Oh, you guys don't actually have to rotate around and be in formation. I guess that's what's holding us up, as they were trying to maintain the orientation to each other that they had. Alright, how many units of archers did they have left? It was quite a few. I'm going to run the dogs out. The dogs are at such low health. There's such a small number of them that I don't imagine they're going to be particularly meaningful in the overall here. But I might be able to force their archers to come out of hiding, or at least force some of their units to move around and react to my positioning. And I think it does matter, by the way. I know I had a question a few videos ago about whether it mattered, whether trees actually do stop ranged projectiles from hitting, and I think it does. Somebody told me that the actual projectiles, the arrows and bullets themselves, are modeled. And if they hit trees... Ah, here we go. There they are. If they hit trees, they do, in fact, stop and do no damage. Let's see if I can get around these Minotaurs. Oh, dear. Hey, look, I found all of their units. Okay. Well, this is good news, though. So... I can't issue orders from here, can... Oh, I can. Can I... I can't cast spells, though, right? Yeah, I can't cast spells. Alright. Let's get her close. Try to get off a fairly devastating move here. Oof. The vampire charge is extremely real. Or the Minotaur charge. Actually, those guys are spear guys. Don't charge them. Alright. Vargulf, get in here on the forwardmost Minotaurs. Yeah, they've pre-flanked themselves for us. That was nice of them. It is a little hard to tell what's going on in the forest, which I imagine is intentional, or else they would just make the they would make the flags more visible. Alright, you guys have an order, you guys have an order. Fight here. Let's try to grab these ones that are trying to get around the side of us. These dogs charged Vlad because they hate life, I assume. Sorry, local undead. As soon as she's done casting, I'm going to hit the recharge ability. Okay, pretty good. We really mulched up a bunch of our guys, too. Yep, the dogs have already retreated. These Ungor spearmen with shields, I'm not too worried about. Let's get Emmanuel up here fighting Minotaurs, because that is always where you want your wizards to be, is fighting Minotaurs. There's a little bit of battle strategy for you guys. Alright, so we chased off the dogs. Let's wheel around this side with our knights. Mostly I think my units are going to be able to handle themselves here, which is part of why I'm not microing this battle quite as much. I don't expect us to have a lot of problems here. These guys have opened themselves up to a good flanking. Invocation of Nahak. Nice big heal. Where is a unit of Minotaurs that's doing well? You're good enough. Spirit Leech seems to be so powerful, I think it would be foolish not to keep it cooling down when we're fighting so many large single, or large, small figure units. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. No, don't go that way. I wish I had any control over that. Alright, Dietrich. Alright, that went about the way I thought it was going to go. The woods complicated things only slightly. Oh man, how poorly are you doing in combat when you lose the same number of units as the Vampire Count's army that you're fighting? That's just embarrassing. And, looks like the Dire Pack died. That's fine. Honestly, even the Dire Pack, even the Regiments of Renown version of the Wolves, still seem pretty bad. But the Dire Pack did fine. I guess you're really only supposed to use them against things like archers, and I don't know how weak these guys are, but given that they are beastmen, I bet that they're better fighters than, say, like a peasant archer or an empire archer. It may be that we're just going to lose the wolf pack in every battle we use them in. It's kind of a shame, though, because it's difficult to find a place in an army for a unit that's going to basically get obliterated most battles, but isn't trivial to pull through Raise Dead, you know? I guess we'll just have to keep rehiring the Regiment of Renown version whenever they show up. At least we can do that. But this should kill Afwab, right? That's the second we hit them and they escape from the battle, and then we hit them again. So this army, at least, should actually die from this loss. And once it has, this is probably the only army of the Warherd of Chaos. It seems like the Beastmen tribes usually only have 1 or 2 stacks, and that represents their entire faction. Hopefully, we'll be down to just fighting Chaos and the... I guess this is a pretty small replenish. I'm just going to take the leadership bonus here.
Champion of the dark.
Okay, yes, the stack is actually dead. We did it, guys!
Sleep is for the living.
Confident attacker. Okay. +5 leadership on his entire army when attacking is pretty fantastic. And he's acquired the Book of Archon, which gives speed and melee attack to an allied unit. That's pretty cool. And he's also leveled up, because he needs more melee ability, right? He's not badass enough as it is. Alright, well, at this point, I think we just start committing to the yellow line.
Unstoppable.
Alright. Let's move Vlad a little bit more. I guess I don't... Do I really want to put him in a position where he's vulnerable to these scaling stacks, though? His army is kind of weak. I could resettle Zavastra.
That will incur my wrath.
And these guys can't reach Zavastra in a single turn.
Blood. At last.
Alright. Our units replenish so quickly that I think that was probably okay to do. So let's rebuild Zavastra. Take control of this province here. I don't know that I even really need this building. This place is pretty corrupted. Oh, I guess I need it because every time the Chaos run in, they're going to drive up Chaos Corruption, which is going to drive down our Vampire Corruption. So yeah, we need it for that purpose. Well, do I need to build a growth building? Probably. We're only at plus 60 growth here. Okay, I think we're finally done. No, never mind. We have a million move. If we move away from Volksgrad, it will probably get burned down again, but I'm actually okay with it. We won't even resettle it. We're just gonna move way up to the border here. If Chaos comes in behind me and takes Prague, I shall be considerably angrier, but also that's a lot less likely. Prague is much better defended. Okay, now we're good for the turn. Come back next time. I don't know what. I don't know how we're going to get out of this. We're going to have to apparently burn down every Scaling and Varg person individually. And once we've done that, the North will be ours. And then maybe we can finally win the game. And we'll see you then.